100% of the Ibex that are still alive are alive because they haven't been killed. Well, I got a blood trail.
It was a very windy last few hours of the night, morning, whatever. It was windy. We still got some time before light. We're gonna glass from camp since we didn't see any last night to know where to start this morning. And hopefully we can pick them back up, and hopefully nobody else does. I know that's rude. That's really rude. But at this point we're competing more with hunters than we are animals, and I don't enjoy that. So you see the young Billy? He's eating from a cactus right now. He's the one just moving right to left from below the cactus. He's like a 20-inch, maybe smaller. I'd smoke him. I'd shoot at him. How on earth do they do that? Did you see that? Alright, met some nice guys there. Where I went to glass, I thought I was going to be alone, and sure enough, somebody was there. Real nice guys. We set up and glassed. Sure enough, they spotted some and shared some information, and I think we've got a plan worked out for the morning. They're going to go one way, I'm going to go the other, and hopefully it works for one of us. Long story short, nice guys. We found Ibex. We think we got something worked out.
Here she comes. I came from up on the other side of that bluff, and I managed to find a way down on the backside. Not a good way, but a way. I'm trying to just work the edge of this canyon around and look as I go. And hopefully by some miracle I see them before they can see me. I went just a few more steps, and I decided to glass before I went any farther. I've got a nanny and a big kid. At least I think that's what it is. At about 415 yards. I kind of wish I was in these trees here to my right. Instead, I'm standing here in the sun, hugging a rock. I got to looking, and in the shadows I could see a couple, one young looking Billy that I had already seen, a little bit bigger Billy, and then one real nice mature Billy. So it was the whole group. There may have been more in there. And I saw nannies too. Took my pack off, and when I did, because I wanted to get my bow off in case they came this way. When I did, I sat back on a cactus. So then I was pulling cactus needles out of my butt cheek, and stopped, looked, and I can't find any of them now. But my bow's off my pack now, and I feel like somebody shot me in the butt. 100% of the Ibex that are still alive are alive because they haven't been killed. Okay, I moved out just a few feet. I'm like 4 feet, 5 feet from where I sat on that cactus. And I can already see him again. And the one is right back up on the same rock looking around very intently. And there are some others up there across the rocky draw from her. And I can't see the big billies. I can see some with my naked eye going up the far side. About 275. He's a good billy. Good mature billy.
They ended up getting to 215, and that nanny just started, like she had Tourette's, she just started blowing, or whatever it is that they do, whatever their alert sound is. But I was like, what is she blowing at? I was sitting still. I think I may have picked my binoculars up. Maybe she saw the sun flash on my binoculars. I don't know. But she was nervous, so she let him up out of there. He couldn't tell it's windy. But anyway, just let it happen. Golly. I started heading down. I get down, had to be 100 yards or so, and I look back up just to look, and those goats, the three that had come up closer, were just right above where I was sitting.
Oh man, I knew I was gonna regret that. I mean, they are working right towards where I was. I should have just sat down. I feel like an idiot right now. I knew I should have stayed there.
And where they were going would have put them even closer to me than they were if they'd have kept walking. But instead, they saw me moving. So she goes to blowing up there again. While I'm moving around, set my pack down, I range them 240 yards. And so I thought, well, maybe I ought to just go. I'm out here for a reason. So I set my pack down, just my bow, and I just start going. That silly nanny, whatever she was blowing or whatever she was doing that whole time, but they didn't leave. And so I had to, all fours, climb up over, rock outcroppings and stuff until I ranged them at one point, still standing there, the big billies at 130 yards. And I go a little further up in there, 115, and there's a tree in between us. And I got to 100 yards before he spooked. It's the closest I've ever been to an Ibex that I knew was there, alive. And that to me was an accomplishment, so it was a good night. Now I'm just dog tired. I haven't eaten since breakfast, which is stupid. It's like 1:30 in the morning. I haven't slept much. Every time I fall asleep, one of these gusts of wind hit. and it's just too loud and too shaky to sleep. So you hit calm moments, you fall asleep, and the wind hits and you wake right back up. So every few minutes. So I think I'm gonna throw my bedroll in the back seat of the truck. Good morning. A lot less wind, maybe 5 miles an hour today, maybe less. Already got a text message from one of the guys I met up here saying he's already up there, but they're gonna wait on me. They're just gonna glass, so that's real nice, guys. They don't have to do that, but they are. So, and coyotes are yelping. Sun's coming up behind the camera. It's a beautiful day. Let's get started. Mountain lion scrape. Must be the place to hunt. Big old lion track. I have lion tags. Took me a long time to climb up in here. Sun's down over the mountains, so things are starting to get darker. I think it's about 5:20, so I gotta, I don't know, probably about an hour and a half to get out of here. So I've had a good time. Met some really friendly people out here, and we've learned to kind of work together, most of us, instead of just messing each other up here on the mountain. On another note, this mountain kind of scares me. This mountain range, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of scares me. I refuse to let it get in the way of what I'm pursuing, so I just keep doing it. But I climb up some stuff that I just try to just keep going. But then when I look back down and I'm like, oh, why did I do that? And I'm not going back down that. Good morning, mountain shoppers. We have a sale on stale food. I don't know. Right off the bat, first place I looked, way up on the top of this crown that you'd have to drop in with a helicopter to get to. You can see the beard swinging up there on the wall. I don't know if it's the wind or what. The one on the right, his beard swinging. just watching and recording as they get more and more into country that I could approach, but they're on the move, so they could be long ways from here by the time I tried to get up there. So let's just watch. If I knew those goats were gonna stay right there in that area, I mean, there are a couple ways you could get up in there. It's not nice at all, but there are a couple ways it would work. The problem is, it's first thing in the morning and they're on the move. They've been laid up there all night, I'm sure. So a hike like that puts you way up where they were, not where they are when you get there, by the time you get there. So I gotta just keep looking and wait till stuff settles.
Well, I found them. It took me a long time. Lots of grid searching. They're actually not in a terrible, well, they're in a terrible place to kill them. But they're not in a terrible place to get to as far as the outcropping itself. They're not way up at top anymore, so we gotta study the map a little bit here and keep an eye on them. Nice billies, but man, that one looks exceptional. Rock outcropping up there. I've started my long play on these billies. I gotta keep moving here pretty quick, because if I don't, who knows where they'll be by the time I get there. I'm gonna have lost sight of them for a long time, and I'm just gonna get over that way and see what happens. Oh no. They're gonna go straight over there and blow those others out. much that can go wrong up here if you're not careful in making sound, wise decisions. Well, I got a blood trail. But not from an animal. Oh, man. That hurt. I let out a pretty good yell. I gotta move, I got ants on me. I stepped on some kind of weird cactus thing, I don't know what it was. With giant needles in it. That's why you shouldn't stalk in the desert barefoot. Ow! Those were some pretty wicked espinas. I don't know what I'm gonna do now, but probably sit down for a minute and drink some water. More than likely, that was my last stalk of Ibex 2023. Maybe ever. No, I say that while I'm up here because it's always so rough. But then after another night or two, I'm like, oh, let's do it again, like a big idiot. That's the cut they were in. And I'm pretty sure they were still in there when I was right above them. Because I'm pretty sure I heard them coming down just a little while ago when I was around the corner. I wish I would have just came below them and turned up here and ready to shoot. But I didn't. And hindsight's 2020. The wind would have been blowing up that way. I wasn't sure what they could see from where they were. So I had good reason, but after not being able to get on them, I wish I would have come from below. I couldn't have been more than 30 yards, probably closer. There was just no way to look down in that tight draw they were in. Unless I bump into them again or see them again on the way out of here. I think I'm done. Man, I've gotten to the place where my family's who I want to be with, and I don't like when I'm not. I love hunting, and these ibex in this mountain have been such a great challenge and fun, but this mountain takes a chunk out of you, not just a piece. It takes a chunk out of your mind, takes a chunk out of your body, takes a chunk out of your pride. These ibex in this mountain are humbling, very humbling, and I'm fortunate, I'm blessed to have been a part of this experience. I thank God for the chance to come out and just test myself and humble myself. Thanks for joining along. Some people can't handle when there's not a dead animal at the end of a video, but I'm still alive, and that's, on this mountain, that's kind of the same thing. We live to play another day. God bless.